Have been released then, after so long, the Epstein files, or some of them.
Shalom Shabbat. Yahweh Shabbat Kadar. The one is the apostles, all praise Yahweh Shabbat Kadar, the honest to the apostles. Of great millstone, salute to brothers teaching the word in sincerity and in truth.
So our team has gone through
This is
them,
live.
and I'm going to split this
And,
up into several strands. The celebrities, the victims, the redactions. The celebrities first. We know
let's just
that
hear some
Jeffrey
of these.
Epstein socialized widely. His network spanned the arts, business, politics, royalty, high society. And so association with him does not equate to wrongdoing. There are images of him with Michael Jackson. He's also photographed with Diana Ross and former President Bill Clinton. He features a lot in this dump of images. His association with Epstein is well known, and he is on record expressing his regret at having ever known him. Clinton is photographed in the files with Kevin Spacey, too. There's an image of Mick Jagger with Ghislaine Maxwell. None of these photos have any context to them. We don't know who took them or when they were taken. But remember, they are all part of the Epstein estate, seized over the years and sealed until now.
Well,
here's a picture of Sarah Ferguson, ex-wife, of course, of Andrew, formerly Prince Andrew, and he features too. This is an image of the former prince lying across several women. The only other person identified in this document is Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, we've cross-referenced this photo with other photos, and it was taken at the late Queen's home, Sandringham, in the UK. Of course, Andrew was friends with Epstein and Maxwell. He settled financially out of court with Virginia Giuffre, who had accused him of sexual assault. He's always denied any wrongdoing. Let's focus now on the victims of Epstein and Maxwell's abuse and how their story can be told through these files. Here's an image of two young women, perhaps girls, we can't be sure, in Paris. Our identity
so
has been hidden. The Department of Justice says
when I was watching this earlier, I said, let me see if I can catch it. They had mentioned Prime Minister Tony Blair in there. But now, what I want to say is, what I've noticed is the first thing they keep showing is Michael Jackson. It's like the first thing that they show, right? And they've redacted stuff, so they've basically just blocked things out. Before this all come out, there was a list of all these names of celebrities and people and forget the celebrities. Everybody already knows what the celebrities are doing. These high society people, you know what I'm saying, elites, globalists or whatever. There was names of top people on there, and none of that seems to. I don't know. I mean, I ain't gone through the thing, but they're not showing that. But like I said, they mentioned Tony Blair and certain things. I think they tried to excuse him already. Well, he doesn't. They said, what did they say? I remember them saying something like, this because I was watching this live, just so it's kind of what sparked me to do the video as well. Was the individuals that I mentioned, because as we know, there's a way that this society is run. Okay, and it's run from pedestry and higher levels of Babylonian witchcraft, Egyptian mysticism. When there was videos of inside the Epstein Island, inside the building. No, I can't even remember what the hell was in the damn building, but they just look like these. A lot of these buildings look like, well, they're basically temples.
Says he once travelled on Epstein's plane and had no relationship with him. Quite remarkably, there is a disclaimer at the top of the Department of Justice website saying that they might inadvertently have failed in places to redact information, and that hardly conveys a confidence of a job well done. There is no new mention of President Trump in this fresh batch of documents. The president, remember, says he disassociated himself from Epstein in the early 2000s. The Department of Justice has said that it will release thousands more documents in the weeks ahead.
Anyway, we don't
Let's bring in James
We'll
Boyce
rely
now,
on this.
Senior Research Fellow at UCL Centre for US Politics. James,
We'll
good to
rely
see
on
you.
the
Thanks
truth.
for coming in for us today. What do you make of what we've seen so far?
what's in the light.
Good morning,
dark
Sam. It's
should
good to see you
brought to the
again.
light.
The release
So
of these
these
files
lords
reminds me in
we've
many
been
ways
exposing
of
them
the
anyway.
furore we saw several years ago regarding what was meant to be the final release of those files relating to the assassination of President Kennedy, when everybody was waiting for some damning information which never materialized. Here we have people who are going to be looking for this, looking for a smoking gun. The whole way that the DOJ has handled this, as Mark Stone excellently addresses in his piece there, is going to raise all sorts of questions which leaves both sides unhappy, I think. Republicans were hoping for a full disclosure. Democrats, I think, were hoping for some damning information about Donald Trump, neither of which are included in these files. As Mark rightly points out, there will be more files released. I think the DOJ was having to do a very difficult job in a limited time frame, and that, I think, is why you're seeing these discrepancies that Mark refers to in there with regard to some files being redacted, others not, other files showing imageries, and again, at the same time, similar images being not redacted. So this is a frustrating occasion, I think. And what seems to be really tragic in all this is there's a focus, understandably, upon celebrities, who's in there, who isn't. Oh, that's Michael Jackson, there's Diana Ross. But as the files indicate, simple inclusion does not imply guilt. But likewise, what seems to be forgotten on all this are the actual victims of this. And that, I think, is really where the focus of this
So
attention
from what, due to my opinion,
Yeah, it's easy, isn't it,
you
to get
ain't
swept
really
up
got
in,
no,
you
you ain't
know,
really you ain't
who's
got
in the
nothing.
files and
They ain't
who
really
isn't.
showing you shit. It's most of it's
But
redacted.
based on what we've got so far, and we
It's
understand
blacked
that
out,
more
right,
is
that's what you
coming,
call that.
would you
It's all blacked
extrapolate
out,
that
man.
we're just going to get
Yeah.
more of the same, so heavily redacted things that are not particularly damaging for anybody?
Well, what is strange is that the file that Mark refers to that was
So there you
heavily
go. That's how-
redacted,
that's how,
if it appears we're talking
when
about the
you're
same
dealing with
file,
the devil,
had
that's how
only
you
earlier
get
in the
down.
month been given clearance by the court to be released upon the petition of the Justice Department itself. So again, the contradictions in all this are troubling. I've long thought that this has just become a political football, and with the Democrats wanting this material to be released now to try and embarrass
So you
Donald
heard
Trump.
it, man.
But
I'm
clearly, I
gonna
think there's a
I'm
lot
not
of
gonna even
Democrats who
play
have got a
any
lot
more
to
of this.
fear in all this, particularly Bill Clinton, of course, who
So if you
figures
thought, oh
heavily.
yeah, man, you just heard it. That's why let's get the scriptures. Let's make the scriptures do the talking here, because let's get this. This always happens, all right. Ecclesiasticus 10 and 12 in the Apocrypha, right? Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Also, never trust them, because they're liars. Someone's a liar, you can't trust that person. Can't trust anything that they're gonna do. Can they trust themselves? I'm just throwing that, isn't it? Psalms 58 and 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Right, so you've got the secret counsel of the wicked, right? I can get that. You've got the wicked, and then you've got the secret counsel of the wicked, which is these E's. So let's check this out. So this is recording this shit, because let's check this. Let's do this. Type in Aleister Crowley, right? If you, wherever you are, and they this is the secret side of the society. Now they're into Aleister Crowley and Nikola Tesla's 1 degree of separation. what I'm looking for is this. He used to dress up in these robes, right? These Egyptian style robes. It almost looks like he's got a leopard tunic, that's what it looks like to me. Anyway, let's check this. Let's put in Egypt. Because he went there and he went over Egypt and he did rituals, you know what I'm saying? He summoned demons over there. Now this is the stuff that the mysterious, the top elite international banking families are into. They're into all this stuff. Babylonian, child sacrifice, witchcraft, all of that. Okay, if that picture there, I think is, they draw that and they say that's what he's seen. I don't know if he drew that, I can't remember now. I watch a lot of documentaries on him, and I think that's David Bowie. Because see all the celebrities are into it as well. Because they have to be, to get into that world, to get up the top. That's exactly what you have to get into. I don't know if that, I've never seen this picture before, I don't know, real. I don't know. When you look at a Masonic temple, yeah, they've got Egyptian. Let's do it. Let's put it in. They'll have Egyptian stuff in there. They'll have pyramids, get Masonic lodge, square compasses, pyramids. Look at there. Ain't that Egypt? I don't know if that's the wings of Isis or the beetle. Now you know you got the band of Beatles, yeah. That's from, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's why they call themselves that. Go on the River Thames. They've got something called Cleopatra's Needle. They've got a Egyptian obelisk. A set of 3 of them. One in London, one in Paris, one in Washington DC. Right, and they're part of Cleopatra's Needle. Symbols of this society. So what we got there? Ancient Egypt. So this is how your society is secretly run. Egyptian mysticism. And this is just scratching the surface with this kind of information. Yeah, but this is a quick video here, so. Oh, you always got the black and white floor. They use that. Okay, that's in the UK. This one here, the other one was, one of them was Philadelphia. Oh look, Egyptian room in the Royal Ark of Masonic Temple. Yeah, so look at that, they've got an Egyptian room. So there you go. So all these individuals are into this level of witchcraft here. Going back to this, you can't. It says the wicked are estranged from the womb; they go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies. So you can't trust them, and as soon as they open their mouth, they're lying. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They're like the death adder that stop a area. And do you know what? I'm gonna follow up with a video on child sacrifice and all that they're into. We'll do that because they're just messing around on that news. They're just scratching the surface. And then they put Michael Jackson, Bill Clinton, because you know them two there, they're already controversial. So putting them in it, it's like, well, they're already Bill Clinton's been controversial his whole career until he disappeared out of the limelight. And then Michael Jackson until he died. So is that all they're gonna show? But we'll see. But I'm gonna do a follow-up video anyway, and go into some stuff exposing the stuff that they're doing. Oh, by the way, let me put in this. Pedestry. Yeah, because this is part of their practices here. Can you see that? So they're the modern day role. This society is modern day role, right? Pedestry refers to sexual relationships between an adult male and an adolescent boy. While illegally and sensitive subject today, often conflated with pedophilia and child abuse, the practice existed as a socially acknowledged and often esteemed custom in some pre-modern societies, most notably in ancient Greece. So that's what they used to do back then. Okay, so it's something they was doing. So that's why. Well, basically, when you get on that high level, up in that Illuminati, Freemason realm, then you have to start doing certain stuff that you got to prove that what you're about. You got to start doing them high level rituals that they do in there. That's what you got to do. All right. So anyway, there you have that. I'm gonna follow up, but I'm gonna say shalom.